For years, they dismissed it. They called it centralized. They called it dead. They said it would never break free. But something just happened. Something monumental. And if you're holding XRP right now, if you've been patient, if you've weathered the storm, then you need to hear this. Because what I'm about to reveal isn't just about a price prediction. It's about a complete, irreversible shift in the financial landscape. It's about the very future of money. And it just put XRP on a collision course with a price that will make history. Get ready, because what's coming next, it changes everything. What's up, crypto fam? It's your boy, and today, we're not just talking about another pump or dump. We're talking about a seismic shift that's been brewing for years, a quiet revolution that just exploded into the mainstream. And guess what? XRP, the crypto asset that's been the punching bag of the market, the one that's been suppressed, it's at the epicenter of it all. Let's rewind for a second. For what feels like an eternity, XRP has been shackled. We've seen other altcoins pump on pure hype, while XRP, with its undeniable real-world utility, its institutional connections, its sheer potential, has lagged. We all know the reasons, right? The elephant in the room, the SEC lawsuit. But what if I told you that the very forces that tried to hold it back are now being forced to embrace it? Because just hours ago, a bombshell dropped that you cannot ignore. The US SEC, yes, that SEC, has officially approved Grayscale's conversion of its digital large-cap fund into a spot ETF. Now, this isn't just any ETF, folks. This isn't just Bitcoin. This isn't just Ethereum. This fund, which is now an ETF, features XRP, alongside BTC, ETH, SOL, and ADA. Think about what that means. XRP, officially recognized, officially approved for institutional investment within a basket of major digital assets. This isn't some backroom deal. This is a public, regulatory nod. XRP just entered a new era of institutional adoption. The future, my friends, is no longer coming. The future is now. And if that wasn't enough to make your jaw drop, let's talk about Webus. Nasdaq-listed Webus, an AI-driven mobility solutions provider, just secured a staggering $100 million funding agreement with Ripple Strategy Holdings. And what's that $100 million for? To advance its XRP Reserve strategy. Yes, you heard me right. $100 million into XRP Reserves. This sent Webus stock soaring, up 130% intraday. This isn't retail FOMO, people. This is concrete, institutional confidence. This is a Nasdaq-listed company putting serious capital into XRP, using it as a foundational asset for their treasury and global operations. How do you think that shapes broader adoption trends? It doesn't just shape them, it dictates them. It's a beacon, showing other corporations exactly where the smart money is flowing. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but XRP's price, man, it's barely moving. You see all this incredible news, all this fundamental strength, and you look at the charts, and it feels flat. It feels like a betrayal, right? Like the market isn't reacting the way it should. We've seen Ripple partner with over 10 new financial institutions globally. New licenses secured in Ireland, expanding across the entire EU. Major developments in Ripple's stablecoin plans, a stablecoin that will be built directly on the XRPL. We've got executives from powerhouses like HSBC, Citi, and MasterCard openly praising XRPL technology. Record XRPL transaction volume, new wallet growth that's off the charts. Ripple CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, has been calling out U.S. regulators, and guess what? He's gaining traction. Japan's CBDC pilot talks are involving Ripple infrastructure. And let's not forget Ripple's $1 billion war chest, specifically earmarked for XRP ecosystem development. And yet, the price? It's been stubbornly range-bound. Meanwhile, memecoins with zero fundamentals are pumping to insane valuations, distracting everyone with their fleeting gains. This isn't just random, folks. This isn't simply the market being irrational. This is manipulation. Plain and simple. There are powerful forces at play, accumulating quietly, keeping the price suppressed while they position themselves. They want you distracted. They want you to sell your bags out of frustration. But remember this, the smart money, the real money, accumulates while the rest get distracted by the noise. Be patient, because our time, XRP holders, is not just coming. It's here. And here's where the tension really ratchets up. You remember those bold predictions? Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse himself has stated, point blank, that XRP will overtake Bitcoin in market cap. Let that sink in. Bitcoin, the king of crypto, currently sitting at over $1 trillion in market cap. Garlinghouse predicts XRP will hit a market cap of $640 trillion.
Yeah, so what's affecting the price of XRP has been the SEC. People forget, frankly, before the SEC got involved in the crypto markets, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset, ahead of ETH. And then the SEC got involved and said, hey, we think ETH is probably okay, and ETH went up. And then they sued Ripple, and XRP went down. This is not how our government is supposed to work. We're supposed to have a level playing field and have equal opportunity. We shouldn't have our government picking winners and losers in this regard. We think in the long run we'll prevail, and that'll sort itself out. But for now, it's frustrating for the community, and I like the way you characterize it, for the XRP family.
If that prediction holds, if XRP reaches a $640 trillion market cap, that would put the price of a single XRP token at, hold your breath, $10,989. Yes, you heard me correctly. $10,989 for one XRP. Now, I know some of you are raising an eyebrow right now. Is this even possible? And you're right to be skeptical. There's a lingering concern that many point to. Ripple still controls a significant portion of the XRP supply, nearly half of it. That centralization risk, while mitigated by various factors like validator decentralization, is still a talking point. It's something to be aware of. But let's pivot back to Wall Street. Bloomberg analysts are now putting the chances of a spot XRP ETF approval in 2025 at a whopping 95%. Think about that. Bitcoin, then Ethereum, now XRP. The floodgates are opening. Brad Garlinghouse isn't just making wild claims, he's seeing the writing on the wall. He stated, institutional recognition for XRP has already begun. With the SEC case finally behind them, with a favorable outcome for Ripple, XRP isn't just next in line to hit Wall Street. It's arguably already there with the Grayscale news. But here's the true, undeniable, paradigm-shifting payoff. This is the piece of news that fundamentally changes the game for every single XRP holder. This isn't just about payments anymore. This isn't just about institutions. This is about the very architecture of the Internet of Value. Are you ready for this? The XRPL just went EVM compatible. Don't scroll past this if you hold XRP, because you now own a token on one of the most powerful, programmable, and interoperable networks on Earth. This isn't a small update. This is the infrastructure upgrade of the decade. What does EVM compatibility mean? The EVM sidechain means smart contracts on XRPL. This is monumental. It means developers can now build decentralized exchanges, complex DeFi applications, NFTs, tokenized real-world assets, all of it, using the familiar and robust Ethereum development tools. And get this, they'll still be using XRP as the gas and base asset. No more need to leave the XRPL for innovation. It's all here now, natively. Why does this matter to you, the holder? Because XRP isn't just for fast, cheap payments anymore. It now powers smart contracts, real-world asset tokenization, cross-chain liquidity, on-chain yield protocols, genomic data rails. Yes, you heard that right. And so much more that's still being built. Institutional money loves interoperability. They crave seamless connectivity. And guess what just happened? Axlar, a leading cross-chain communication network, just integrated the XRPL sidechain with over 50+ other blockchains. This means XRP can now move seamlessly between chains. Capital can flow effortlessly across Ethereum, Cosmos, and beyond. The use cases for XRP just went exponential. You're no longer just holding a coin, my friends. You are holding the fuel for the next internet. The Internet of Value. Imagine banks, biotech companies, major brokerage firms, and billion-dollar applications deploying directly on the XRPL without ever needing to touch Ethereum or other networks, using XRP natively. This is Ripple's master chess move. Quietly, meticulously, the rails have been laid. The infrastructure is in place. Now, it's about liquidity, it's about mass adoption, and it's about the explosion of applications built on this newly unleashed powerhouse. And you? You're early. You're positioned. You're holding the key to this revolution. And just to put the cherry on top, imagine this. Robinhood, one of the biggest names in retail investing, announced today an XRP crypto-backed credit card. Earn XRP on every single purchase. Now this is something we all need. This is mainstream adoption hitting your wallet. This isn't just a blockchain update. It's the infrastructure upgrade of the decade. XRPL just went modular. Multi-chain, multi-sector, multi-billion. The silent accumulation is ending. The dam is breaking. Get ready, because the world is about to realize what we've known all along. Before we wrap up, a crucial reminder. Please remember, the cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and speculative. All investments carry risks, and you could lose money. The information provided in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research, consult with a qualified financial advisor, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Be responsible, be smart, and stay safe out there.